Hey guys, Amy here with Leap of Faith Crafting. We are continuing on with Design Space tutorials. And if you haven't subscribed below, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of these videos. So today we've been through a lot in the last 8 to 10 videos. Today we are going to be talking about the color sync panel. So this panel, probably if you're just starting out, you don't know a lot about it. It probably took me a few years to really understand the power of the color sync panel, and I love it and use it a lot. It's great for streamlining mats and to figure out what color everything is. So I'm just going to go into some images here just to show you, and this can obviously be done with any images that you bring in. Try to find one that has a lot of color to it. Let's try this one. So when you bring a image onto the mat, over here on your right side is your layers panel. So this gives you all of the layers that are here. And then on the color sync panel, you actually have all of the colors that are involved in this cut. So probably not a huge deal on using the hex codes here. If you're doing a print and cut, want to use your brand colors or specific colors, it's great to know what the actual hex code is over here. But the fun thing about the color sync panel here is, and you can expand it and not, you can actually change things into the same color. So instead of picking on one of each individual thing, I could actually just take this and drag it up here, and it turns all of those green. I can drag this up here, and again, turns all of those green. So this is just a really easy way to condense all of these into the same color. Okay, so another great way I use it is to condense mats. So if I go to images and let's try to do one that has some of the smaller things. Okay, so let's grab this one, say, and bring him in. So you see right now, we go to the color sync, there is 4 different colors here. Okay, so that would mean I would be cutting 4 different mats because Cricut does mats based on the colors of your images. So say I just want to cut them all on one mat, and I'm going to put different like scrap pieces of cardstock or vinyl on one mat. So what you can do is actually just drag these all up into one color. So you'll see they are all green now. And if I go to make it on this screen, I can actually move these around. I like to put them in different corners. So then when I set my mat up, I will be looking at this screen and I will have my mat down, and then I will put my brown vinyl, say, up here, and like the white vinyl here, the red vinyl in this square, like a 3x3 piece, and then a different color up here. So this saves on having to do 4 different mats, and being by your machine and having to unload and unload mats and all that kind of stuff. So it's just a streamlined way of saving some time, making everything one color on one mat. Okay, so another way to use it, say let's do a print and cut that I talked about in the last video. So if you want to actually separate the images so that it's actually the specific print, then cut. Okay, so let's do an image. Say we want to make a sticker or something, and we like something, we just don't really like um, the color of everything. So let's say like this one, and we're going to add this one in. We're going to see all those layers, go into the color sync, and there's 4 different colors. So let's say we want this just to be 2 colors. So I want this in that color and this in this color. So now I just have 2 colors. If I want to, say, turn this into a print and cut, so if I go to flatten this, it now just has the 2 colors on it versus what it looked like before. So that's another way. So a lot of times it comes into play when you have like if you're doing a bunch of different things at one time. Um, say, let's say we're cutting this one out. Okay, so say we're cutting all of these out. And some of them are kind of big. Okay, so we're just going to make them all a little bit smaller. Okay, so if I go to my color sync, you see I have a whole bunch of different colors here, right? Tons of them. So you can actually, like I said, click these and it will drop them down. So I probably don't have this many greens and blues that I want to cut out, the reds, things like that. So what I'm going to do, so say I want them all the reds. I'm going to cut all the reds out of one red color. Okay, so I'm just going to grab this one and drag it down into this red one. Going to grab this red one, drag it down into there, and you can see they start changing colors as I do this. Okay, say I want to condense these green ones, and it really just depends on how many layers and colors you want in different things. So say these greens, I kind of want it all the same. Move these ones. So this red, I now want to this red. Maybe my pinks, I want the same color. These ones the same. I put this with the pink. Okay, so right there, I condensed how many of those were there to 8 mats now. So that's just an easy way if you're cutting a whole bunch of things out at one time that are all slightly different colors, to make them the same color. I can even see, and you don't even have to drag the whole section at one time. You can drag individual sections. So say I want a few of these like stars, a different color. I can drag one star up into the purple, another one up into this blue. Okay, so you don't have to do the whole section. You can do the whole section by just grabbing the top part. But if you want to do individual things, you can just grab it and move it up to different sections. I'm gonna move this one down here, and you can see that it changes color on my thing, so I know what it looks like. Okay, so color sync, a fun feature to play around with and really kind of see what's there. I'm going to go in and change this one. In the advanced section, you can actually, if you want to start using hex codes and things like that, you can come in here and actually, change it to one of your brand colors. And this would probably mostly just come into play if we were going to say, flatten this and make this a print and cut. And I want it printed out with some of very specific colors. Okay, so most likely you're probably not going to use those a whole lot unless you're making brand specific things and things like that. But that is an option with the colors to actually change them very specifically. Okay, so I hope that just kind of maybe gave you some ideas on how you use that color sync panel that's just stuck over there that you might not ever see or do anything with. But it really is a great way to streamline work and just do things in a quicker way, I guess. Okay. So again, make sure you hit that subscribe button below. I'd appreciate it and have a great day.